Good evening. Good evening to one and all who is attending our webinar today, webinar conducted by the MSME and Startup Promotion Board. So today our honorable speaker is, who is a triple degree holder, CMA Dr. Priyanka Saxena. So before start, and today's topic is government initiatives in MSME or for MSMEs. So before starting the event, so let us start with our institute's anthem, please.
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति।
Now, before starting the event, I am requesting one of the board members, CMA Chittaranjan Chattopadhyay sir, to deliver his welcome address. Sir, over to you, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. CMA Smita Chakraborty. Very good afternoon to you all. Rather, it's a good evening, I should say, in many parts of the country. Today, I welcome this on this particular session, which is a very important session for all of us, especially for the professionals who want to work in the grassroots level of the country with the MSME, that is micro, small and medium sector enterprises. So as a CMA, I feel that it is one of the core area for us to learn many things. Of course, we have to unlearn many things because recent finance bill, a lot of changes have been occurred, especially in the eligibility criteria of MSME. Therefore, I just want to talk about the crucial role that MSME is play in India's economy and the initiatives taken by the government to support the growth. And MSMEs, as you know, are the backbone of our economy, contributing significantly to our GDP, employment and industrial productions. I welcome all of you in this very important session, and I'm really thankful to CMA Priyanka Saxena, who happens to be one of the entrepreneur itself. Her biodata goes by the number of pages. I request our secretary not to go by such a number of big pages, then it will be ultimately will be missing her speech. So just go through our very much achievement, what she has done as an edupreneur, as an entrepreneur, as a professional, that you please mention before our August participants. And I must say I will touch upon certain key initiatives in this MSME Startup Promotion Board under the chairmanship of CMA Suresh Gunjali, who could not be here for some pressing issues, and I'm given my responsibility to just welcome you all and to speak some few words on this. And because I may introduce myself as I was also chairman of the MSME board in the previous years. I could understand that this is one of the very important board we have formed from the institute level to handhold with the all MSMEs. And probably you all know that during the COVID period, our institute was the first to come out with a robust publications on aid memorandum lending to micro, small, medium sector enterprises, including restructuring of MSME credit, which is under now revision because a lot of changes have occurred. We want to just revise it, and we want to place it before you for your further, enrichment of knowledge and enrichment of the various initiatives taken by the government. The government has launched several initiatives to boost the MSME sector, including collateral-free loans. Up to 500 lakh collateral-free loans are available to the micro, small enterprises with guarantee coverage through the Credit Guarantee Fund Trust for micro and small enterprises. Actually, this is CGTMSE. This CGTMSE is playing a big role for the the promotion of MSMEs through collateral-free loans. It is giving confidence among the entrepreneurs of the country. Equity infusion. It is also, and there is a new provisions, rupees 50,000 crore equity infusion through the Self-Reliant India Fund, with rupees 10,000 crore from the Government of India. So this is another big booster for the entire MSME sectors. That how our government is very much keeping their total focus in this budget. In fact, in this last budget, a lot of focus has been made for India, as our Honorable Prime Minister is always advocating for vocal for local to global. So this is one of the very important issue for us, our CMS to understand. And then Uddam registration portal, as you know, a new registration portal is already there, integrated with the National Career Service of the Ministry of Labour, Employment and Skill Development. Raising and accelerating MSME performance program, that is RAM, with an outlay of rupees 6,000 crore. The program aims to improve the performance of MSMEs. And there are a lot of supports from MSMEs also. That supports, government has also taken steps, including credit guarantee scheme, as I told, provides collateral-free loans to MSME up to 500 lakh with a guarantee coverage up to. Prime Minister Employment Generation Program provides financial support to set up new units and generate employment opportunities. Zero defect and zero effect, Z, that is zero defect and zero effect certification scheme. It's a very important, scheme has been launched. It will be providing up to 80% subsidy to MSMEs for zero defect and zero effect certifications. And a scheme for promoting innovations, rural industry and entrepreneurship, that is Aspire. It aims to create new jobs, promotions of entrepreneurship and boosting of the economic development. And especially for the women entrepreneurship, certain initiatives have been taken, which is also very, I must say, it's wonderful initiatives from the government. Government has also launched these initiatives for the women, including Jashaswini campaign, a mass awareness campaign to formalize this women-owned micro enterprises and provide capacity building support. And this is really, it will be helping for women empowerment all over the country, and it is happening in a big way. Then MSME team initiative has been there. It will be facilitate 5 lakh micro enterprises, including women-owned enterprises, to onboard onto the open network for digital commerce. That is ONDC. This is a very fascinating one scheme. Initiatives for the especially women entrepreneurs who don't have to move more with the digital marketing and digital platform. So in fine and in conclusion, what we can say, the government's initiative for MSMEs demonstrated its commitment to supporting the growth and development of this sector. With these initiatives, MSMEs can access finance, technology and markets, enabling them to compete globally and contribute to India's economic growth. Ladies and gentlemen, just I want to mention before you that one of our excellent publications have been made from the MSME Startup Promotion Board. In the last NCMAC, we released it. That is your enterprise performance management for the MSMEs, along with the risk management. I request everybody to go through that document. It's a beautifully and crafted document with a simple language, and we can really help the MSMEs for their various issues on the cost factors, cost management factors, performance management factors, and especially the MSMEs, since the the coverage of the MSMEs has gone in the many of the even corporates under MSMEs. This would facilitate all the MSMEs to grow and to have a control on the cost, a reduction of cost. And we are 100%, we can tell you that the publications what you are making for the MSMEs, that is only with the purpose of handling with the MSMEs. We'll be having certificate courses for the MSMEs also, that we are going to have a plan, and I request you all to keep tune with that. Most important thing is that the initiatives taken by the MSME Startup Promotion Board, that the MSME tidbits. This MSME tidbits is magnificent. Every monthly, bi-monthly, we are having these publications. I request you to please go through the online publications of our institute, and you can have a click on that, and you can see how much informations will be beneficial for you. And these informations are really for the purpose of your day-to-day functioning. I request all our participants to please contribute your write-ups, you contribute your messages to our board, MSME Startup Promotion Board Secretariat, so that with the with your vision, with your advice, we can progress further. And I'm assuring you on behalf of this board as a member, and on behalf of my chairman also, that we shall be handling with all the members for any sort of requirements or any sort of which within the purview of the MSME board's SOP and terms of reference itself. Thank you for your having a patient hearing for me, and I'm sure that today's session will be very much enjoyable for you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for a nice introduction. And before we thank you, sir. Before we hand over this to the speaker, let me allow 2 minutes, but 2 minutes is not enough for this kind of speakers, as because already mentioned by the Chittaranjan sir, that her CV is so lengthy and so full of facts, and so it is very difficult for me to wind up within little time. She is a serial entrepreneur holding the current position as Director Priyanka Saxena Classes Private Limited, Director Edu Adhyapak, Founder Trustee Aadhar Foundation Trust, working on education upliftment, to name a few. Secondly, her professional qualification is she has completed doctorate in commerce from Sri Venkateswara University. She is a qualified cost and management accountant with All India ranking 17th rank and certificate of merit in final 2009. So she is a qualified company secretary. She is a chartered accountant, and she received honorary doctorate again from National American University and National University of Peace and Education. So it will take a lot of time for me to name a little bit more that her contribution towards ICME is she has transformed lives of more than 10,000 students with teaching experience of more than 18 years. Under her guidance, 768 CMS qualified till date. With her unique strategic guidance, 134 rank holders for inter and final course of ICME have been created for making a remarkable experience. Ma'am, you are really great. So her other posts are, she is the president of Rotary Club Ghaziabad, vice president and board, team member of CTI Women Council of India, Chamber of Commerce and Trade Industry. Her other qualifications include a Green Belt Six Sigma certification by MSME Delhi and GST practitioner certification by MSME Delhi. And she has received so many awards and achievements that the list is endless. So better, I am handing over to Madam. You please start your presentation, and you please enlighten our audience. Please, Madam, handing over to you, please.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sumita ma'am. Thank you so much, Chitranjan sir, for giving me this opportunity and for boosting my confidence by encouraging me so much. So today the topic I have been shared with is growth initiatives by government for MSME. So I hope everyone, all of us knows what is MSME all about. MSME stands for Micro, Small, Medium Enterprises of India. And Indian government specially taking care of this segment because majority of this segment is under, I think the screen is visible to all of you. Is this screen is visible to all of you?
Madam, it is visible. Visible.
Okay, okay. So I just need 1 second, 10 seconds I needed. यही तो हाँ। नहीं चल रहा है यहाँ पे, ठीक है उसको बोलो यहीं पे बोलते रहे, मैं जैसे क्लिक करूँ लाइन पे ही रहे वैसे बोलो. Yes, sir. So it's all about MSME, where we have micro enterprises, in which investments required is up to 1 CR. Any enterprise which is starting from the beginning, they are considered as micro enterprises where investment not exceeding rupees 1 crore has been taken over and annual turnover should not exceed rupees 5 crore. Then second segment we have is of small enterprises where the investment exceeds rupees 1 crore but is up to rupees 10 crore. However, here the annual turnover exceeding rupees 5 crore but not exceeding 50 crores. Similarly, the third segment under MSME comes about medium enterprises where the investment exceeds rupees 10 crore up to rupees 50 crore. However, the annual turnover exceeds rupees 50 crore but not exceeding rupees 250 crore. So now government is taking care highly for this MSME segment because MSME has the greatest contribution in our economy, either be it GDP or be it the employment opportunity or be it the exportation. Like the majority of exportation from India comes from MSME segment. However, MSME segment is focusing mainly on manufacturing sector and service sector because in manufacturing sector in total, be the raw material supplier or the labor or the manufacturer himself is contributing to the product. So government is focusing more on manufacturing sector due to which this Make in India project has also been taken care of by the government. Further, when it comes to the exportation part, more than 45% of the total exportation of India is from MSME segment only. However, when it comes to GDP, in GDP, we have almost 30% of the contribution from MSME segment. Whereas when it comes to employment opportunities are majorly given out of this MSME segment only. More than almost 69% of the total employment of India comes out of MSME segment. So I think this slide must be visible to all of you that 30% of Indian GDP is contributed by MSME segment, then 45% of the total exportation comes from MSME segment, and 62% of the employment of the job placements in the Indian economy is coming up from the MSME segment. And see, majority employed population is being taken care by MSME segment. Due to this reason, government is taking great initiatives to encourage this segment. First of all, government always asks the medium and micro small enterprises to get themselves registered with the government so that government can take care of them separately in an isolated manner. And for this, they ask for the Udyam registration by these small entrepreneurs, wherein there is a simple step of getting registered in MSME portal by visiting the Udyam portal. And while visiting the Udyam portal, they ask for the authentication of Aadhaar, wherein you need to enter your Aadhaar
Madam,
number.
your screen is not moving. Your screen is not moving.
Oh, is it so? Wait, sir. Sir, is it visible now?
Visible, but visibilities are there, but slides are not moving. Are you speaking on the same slide or you have already?
No, I have already spoken about 4 or 5 slides till now.
No, but one slide we are, slides are not moving, madam.
Okay, let me see, sir. Just 1 minute. Is it visible now, sir?
Not yet.
Visibility
You
is
just
there.
move it. Move the slides first.
I am moving the slides. It is moving on my
But
system.
it is not working. It is not working.
Oh, okay. Just 1 minute, sir. Is it done, beta?
Share the whole screen. You share the whole screen, then you will get it, perhaps.
Okay, sir. Okay. I'm just doing it, sir. Asking to share the whole screen. Purun?
Now you move. Now you move. You see the whether movement is going on or not.
So you tell me, is the slides moving?
Yes, yes. Now it is moving. Now it is moving. Now
Okay,
it is
perfect,
moving.
sir.
Carry on.
Done.
Carry
So
on.
I'll give a brief recap of whatever I've said, that MSME has been classified into 3 segments. 3 segments counted of micro enterprises, where the investment is required up to 1 crore and annual turnover should not exceed 5 crore. However, the small enterprises are segmented as the area where investment comes exceeding 1 crore up to 10 crore and annual turnover exceeds 5 crore, but not up to 50 crore, but not exceeding 50 crore. However, in case of medium enterprises, the investment starts from 10 crore up to rupees 50 crore, whereas annual turnover exceeding 50 crore and not exceeding 250 crores. And government takes care of MSME segment because MSME has the highest contribution in our Indian economy. When it comes to Indian GDP, approximately 30% of Indian GDP is coming from MSME segment. However, when it comes to exportation, almost 45% plus, it's more than 45% now, more than 45% of the total exportation of India is coming from MSME industry. And when it comes to MSME, exportation includes majority of goods because government is focusing mainly on manufacturing sector and service segment, due to which 45% plus exportation has been done from this segment. However, when it comes to employment, more than 62% of the employed population in India is being employed in the MSME segment. And now you can understand the importance of this segment because our employed population, more than a majority of our employed population is being working under the MSME segment. And for this employed segment, government is coming up with multiple schemes like NAPS. I'll be discussing it in later our slides. So government is encouraging all these small entrepreneurs, all the startup programmers. In fact, recently government has undertaken a startup Mahakumbh in Delhi, Bharat Mandapam, where more than 5,000 startups came from all over India. And government is thoroughly encouraging this segment. But in order to make a track record, in order to make this segment an organized segment, government asked all the MSME segment to get themselves registered with Indian government. And for this registration purpose, there's a simple process to get it registered on Udyam portal and get the Udyam registration. Through this, government is receiving the database of all the MSME segment, and they can evaluate and compute their budget and coming up with multiple schemes so that they can actually serve this segment. For this purpose, there is a simple step of getting registered with the Udyam portal of government, wherein you need to reach through the Udyam portal website, official website of ministry, after which you have to authenticate your access to the Udyam portal with the Aadhaar card. You need to enter your Aadhaar number and name on the home page, after which you'll receive an OTP on your registered mobile number. And once you receive that OTP, you need to, with the help of that OTP, you need to fill all the business information of your MSME segment, after which an automatic digital certificate comes, which is known as Udyam certificate. Now, this Udyam certificate is very much helpful for availing multiple benefits issued by MSME industry, MSME ministry. And to avail all these benefits, this registration is very much important. So we as a cost accountant, we should encourage all our clients to get themselves registered under this Udyam portal. By registering on this Udyam portal as an MSME, we'll be getting multiple benefits. And as a professional, it's our duty to educate our clients about the multiple benefits issued by government to this segment. Firstly, government provides a huge financial support to MSME segment broadly in three ways. Firstly, they provide MSME loan at a subsidized rate and subsidized rate of interest. Further, it also provides grants and subsidies which are non-refundable but subject to certain conditions. So there are multiple financial assistance and credit, access to credit in the form of MSME loan, subsidies, and protection against delayed payments. All of us knows that government is forcing PSUs, public sector undertakings, that they have to accept vendors. 40% of their vendors should be an MSME unit, and to not so that these PSUs are bound to take their goods and services from the MSME units because they are bound by the government guidelines. But in that case, because PSUs are bigger in size and MSME are smaller in size, so PSUs will be delaying the payments, for which government has again put the protection by putting a deadline of 45 days. If PSUs are delaying in the payment of 45 days, then a return needs to be submitted and it has to be tracked by the government also. Then other than this financial support, government also provides tax and fees concessions to MSME segment. Firstly, it provides huge tax exemptions, exemptions from stamp duty and registration fees. In few states like Karnataka, they also provide electricity concessions to the MSME segment. Then when it comes to infrastructure and capability, so MSME segment is getting huge technology upgradation, capacity building, infrastructural support, and otherwise they are also being encouraged with multiple schemes such as NAP, such as NAP. This is a very upcoming scheme and highly popular among the industry in the name of NAP. I'll show you the scheme about what does it says. It's a national apprenticeship program. This national apprenticeship program scheme, also known as NAPS, under this scheme, government asks MSME segment to employ new people who haven't employed anywhere. Because as we all know that currently more than 60% of the Indian population is below the age of 30 years. And they are looking forward for employment opportunities, due to which government is encouraging the MSME units to hire freshers in their industry, in their factory, in their offices. And for this purpose, government has come up with its NAPS scheme, NAPS, National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, under which government is asking MSME to train their staff for particular job and to get that staff registered with the NAPS portal with the government and to gain certificate for that particular employee. If an MSME is hiring a fresher under NAP scheme, then government will be funding the stipend of that particular employee. There are multiple benefits under the scheme. Like first benefit, the biggest benefit is that government will allow the employer to hire the apprentice at a wage below the minimum wages also. Like whatever minimum wages act is suggesting the minimum wages of an employee should be. Government says that if an MSME is hiring a fresher under NAP scheme, then that an MSME is eligible to pay a remuneration below the minimum wages to that particular trainee or apprentice. Further, on second segment, government also says that while making payment of stipend to that trainee, government will fund a particular percentage. This will flow from 25 to 50% of the wages or remuneration or stipend to be payable to these apprentices. Then thirdly, government also allows MSME not to pay or not to deduct provident fund or ESI for these employees or apprentice for first year specifically. And there are multiple benefits under this scheme. Firstly, government will provide an on-job training, and the stipend support will be there in the form of 25 to 50% of the stipend to be payable to the apprentice. So there are many benefits under this scheme. We should suggest our clients to get themselves registered under this scheme and get their employees trained under their scheme by getting them registered with the government portal, so that we can also get financial assistance as stipend support from the government itself. So this scheme has actually came up because government also knows that MSME is contributing to almost 69% of the 62% of the total employed population of India. So for employment encouragement, it has come with NAP scheme. For export promotion, there are multiple foreign trade policies under which MSMEs are being encouraged to have duty credit benefit from the government. They are not only exempted from custom duties there, rather they are also getting duty scrip, duty credit equivalent to a particular percentage of FOB value of their total exportations. So these duty credit has been given to MSME exporters in order to recover their cost. Like as we all know that India being a highly populated country is actually producing the goods at a nominal cost. But when it comes to exportation, the transportation adds to the cost, making that product expensive in global market. So for particular MSME sector under foreign trade policies, government has actually came up with duty credit scripts wherein government pays particular percentage to MSME exporter so that he can recover his transportation cost from India to a particular country, resulting in their product will be cheaper, best cheapable price. They'll be available in the global market. And if their quality are good, then having good quality product at least possible price in the global market will automatically increase their demand in the global segment, resulting in future higher exportation from India, resulting in higher GDP to India. So like to encourage employment, government is coming up with multiple schemes of NAPs. Then the NAP, we have already 2 plans have been issued till date. And then for exportation, government is coming up with duty credit scrip programs. And to encourage Indian GDP, government is providing multiple benefits to MSME in the form of market development, tax concession, tax holidays, and financial support. When it comes to financial support, there are multiple schemes under MSME. We have, I think, more than 500 plus schemes. And if we'll combine all the ministries of central government along with MSME, there are more than 2000 plus schemes available for MSME segment, especially for women entrepreneurs, under which they can avail huge benefits, not only in the form of loan, but also in the form of grant and subsidies. Like one of the highest, most popular scheme of MSME is CGT MSE, which is known as Credit Guarantee Scheme. Herein, government provides guarantee on collateral-free loans up to rupees 5 crore. This is for micro and small enterprises, wherein 5 crore loan can be available without any collateral security. And in this, government government is providing 75% of the guarantee. Then second comes up with Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. Here, generally government offering loan, which is refundable. However, in CGT MSE, the amount might not be refundable, but in Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, it is only loan which has to be refundable, and the loan amount is up to 10 lakh to non-farm micro enterprises through Shishu, Kishore, and Tarun categories. Then it comes to technology upgradation subsidy. Herein, government is providing grants up to 20% for an MSME adopting new technologies to enhance productivity and competitiveness. For example, if an MSME unit is coming up with new technology or new researched work, then after checking all the compliances, ministry will provide a grant up to 20%, a subsidy up to 20% of the total cost of the project. And then we have Stand Up India scheme, wherein this scheme is mainly for women and SC/ST segment. In order to encourage these segments, MSME is coming up with such kind of scheme. Along with MSME, we also have GEM portal. I'll be talking it about later, wherein this government e-marketplace portal. This GEM portal is a government marketplace wherein government makes buyer and sellers meet at a particular point through online mode. It's just like Amazon, but mainly here the coordinator will be government and the supplier are mainly MSMEs and buyers from the global market. Herein, like they are talking about Stand Up India scheme. So GEM portal is also coming up with a latest scheme in their portal in the name of Womania, wherein they'll be focusing only to the women segment, mainly women segment working in a lower middle class segment or rural area. So under the scheme, MSME, with the help of GEM portal, working on this project wherein all the lower underprivileged ladies are being given the opportunity to work from their home, and they can have any skills they want, any skills which they originally have, like in most of the rural areas, embroidery, weaving, edible food manufacturing like achar, papad, pickles and all these manufacturings are being done by the rural area women. So what GEM portal is encouraging that under Womania project, GEM portal with the help of MSME will create subsidy in the form of capital for these underprivileged women, and that capital will help these women to bring out the raw material for themselves and to manufacture final products at the ease of from their home. And then GEM portal is responsible to sell their output at their online portal. And this GEM portal is highly effective because it has been taken care by TCS, Tata Consultancy Services. So under this Stand Up India scheme, GEM portal is coming targeting women from lower middle class and rural area under Womania scheme. This is a very upcoming and happening scheme also, wherein GEM portal encouraging them, not only giving them capital, but the output manufactured by them is also saleable through GEM portal only. Then we have other microfinance programs where MSME facilitates small capital loans to entrepreneurs from undeserved communities. This undeserved community can be called in any form, like we have Divyang, physically weak or challenged category. We found that this category is not being encouraged by many people, but MSME is targeting this segment also under particular scheme, wherein Divyang people, these PWD people have been encouraged to manufacture or to provide a particular service through government portals and get some benefit, financial benefit out of these schemes itself. Then next we have tax benefits, as we already talked about, like we have reduced tax rates. Businesses with a turnover below 400 crore can enjoy a concessional 25% tax rate instead of standard 30%. So here government is providing 5% exemption, only 5% liability and only 5% concessional tax and 25% they are liable to pay if their turnover is up to 400 crore. Further, when it comes to tax exemptions, MSME receive special exemptions under direct taxes and indirect taxes. Then when it comes to tax holidays, MSME have 5 years tax exemption under Section 80 IB. This is especially for mineral oils and fertilizers, etc. And we also give investment allowance, that is 15% additional reduction on total available investments made by MSME in particular described areas notified by government for new plant and machineries. So in particular areas of Telangana, MP, Assam, there are few particular notified areas in which if an MSME unit is putting a factory and coming up with new plant and machinery, then government is providing additional 15% deduction of their total investment in plant and machinery. So this is about tax exemptions, tax benefits. Then subsidies can be given in the form of patent and trademark registration. When an MSME unit is coming up with any new formula, any new thing, any new product, then they are encouraged to get their product patent or get their brand name registered, wherein 50% of their fees shall get refunded, shall get reimbursed by the MSME unit. So government is reimbursing 50% of the total cost incurred by MSME unit for getting their patent and trademark registered. That means government is also not only funding these units, but also encouraging them to coming up with new things, new innovative things, to do research and to develop new things so that we can have a global mark. We can have a mark on the global map of the universe, and India can be known as the upcoming happening developed country over the period, over the coming years. Then we have Z certification, that is zero defect and zero effect quality initiatives, where support can be given up to 80% of the total project cost. Then we have ISO certification. Government also encourages that MSME units should get certified under ISO, and government either reimburses their certification fees or gives 75% subsidy also to these units. Then there are NMCP, that is National Manufacturing Competitiveness Program. This is mainly under this scheme, funding has been given to the manufacturing sector to come up with new techniques, new technologies, new modernized products. So under this scheme, again, manufacturing units are being encouraged to come up with new products in the market. Then we have procurement policies for MSME. So as I already told you that along with subsidies, along with financial assistance, along with tax benefits, government provides priority to the MSME segment when it comes to procurement policies. Government says that whenever in any government project, any vendors are required, then government always give preference to MSME units. There is a mandatory 25% procurement restriction given by central ministry to the PSUs, that PSUs must purchase 25% of their annual requirements from MSME. Although in certain schemes, they are also increased to 40%. That means if a PSU is working and they need some raw material, so they are bound to obtain that raw material, at least 25% of total raw material from an MSME unit, and under particular schemes, it might exceed to 40% of their total raw material they have to buy it from MSME unit. So that means that from the beginning till the end, government is holding hands of MSME unit, not only from hiring employee, giving funds to the delivery of their output. Government is also helping in that. Government saying that MSME units should not get worried about, because they are creating highest employment opportunities. So their product has to get delivered in the market so that they can create turnover, and through that turnover, they can pay the employed population of India. So this mandatory procurement condition is there on all the MSME, on all the PSUs and ministries company, any state government or central government oriented companies. Then we have tender fee exemption. So for like whenever we are applying for central ministry, central government project or state government project or any PSU project, that time government issues tender to avail the vendors. So like it's like something like when we go for a shopping, we explore all market, and whatever, if I have to buy a particular ready-made garment, I will visit 10 different shops, and out of those 10 different shops, based on quality and price, I choose my particular ready-made garment. In the similar manner, these PSUs, government projects, either central or state government projects, or projects undertaken by municipality and other local authority, gram panchayat and so on, they are bound to obtain the vendors through tenders. Tender is a particular way, as a professional, all of us we knows that tender is a procedure under which government asks people, ask vendors to give their quotations and their product ranges to the government, out of which government make a selection from those vendors. So when it comes to apply these tenders, MSME units gets exemption in the fees also at times. Like whenever any vendor is applying for government tenders, then they are bound to pay EMD. This is earnest money deposit they have to do. Like if the project is 500 CR, they are responsible to pay at least 5 to 10% of the total project cost. This shows the sincerity of that particular vendor and also the financial solvency status of that vendor. But when it comes to MSME units, in certain cases, under certain schemes, these MSME units can be exempted even from depositing these EMD amount. They are not liable to deposit this security amount before starting any project. So this benefit is also available for MSME units. Then when it comes to price preference policies, MSME are always being given 15% price preference over large enterprises in the government tenders. So like, for example, a small unit having a particular cost of a product which is bit expensive from the similar unit manufactured by some big manufacturer. So in this way, for example, a big manufacturer, a non-MSME unit is selling a product for 100 rupees, but MSME is selling the same product for 115 rupees because their scale is small. As a cost accountant, all of us knows that if scale is small, then the variable cost will be higher. And due to this, the higher variable cost, our price will get increased. So government knows this fact very well. And it says that whenever there is a difference up to 15% of MSME and non-MSME price, then like non-MSME is offering the product for 100 rupees and MSME is offering the product for 115 rupees, then still this 15% difference will be ignorable and government will give more preference to MSME unit to get that tender selected for. Then MSME have a huge portal to the GEM portal access. All the MSMEs are always being encouraged to get themselves registered on GEM portal. It is a government e-marketplace where MSMEs get directly selling opportunities. Through this portal, there won't be any intermediator, there won't be any wholesaler, any retailer, due to which the MSME unit can sell their product directly to the customer. And because of missing this intermediary chain, their price can be lesser on this portal. And if the buyer is getting the same product at lesser price through this portal, obviously then MSME will get benefit out of it, because lower the price, higher the demand, and resulting in higher demand, obviously MSME's turnover will get increased over the period of time. So there is a very simple process of getting your client registered on GEM portal, and we request all the cost accountants, so please get your clients encouraged to get themselves registered MSME and get all the benefits given by MSME ministry and other ministries of government. Then MSME also provide MDA services wherein market development assistant is being given, wherein all the MSMEs are encouraged to participate in multiple exhibitions undertaken throughout the globe. Like every month, every week in Delhi, in Noida, in Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai, continuously exhibitions are keeps on going. Like recently, I said there is Startup Mahakumbh in Delhi, wherein more than 5,000 startup has come over, and brilliant ideas, brilliant new products came up in that, had been seen in that exhibition. However, while conducting this big size exhibition, the stall rates are very high for general public. But for MSME unit, government do provide discounting also. Like for example, if a stall in this exhibition cost rupees 1 lakh for general exhibitor, but in case of MSME, that 1 lakh rupees stall would cost only 25,000, because in exhibition participation, government provides subsidy up to 75% for stall rentals. And they also even pays many times for travel expenses to national and international trade fairs. Like if we have international trade fair in Dubai, wherein we would like to encourage the artisans from rural areas of India. So in that case, government provides subsidy by paying their traveling expenses, their traveling cost, and also reducing their exhibition cost over there. Then government also provides branding support by 75% reimbursing their developing promotional materials and digital marketing campaigns. So if MSME unit is expending something on digital marketing or on development of promotional material, then later on MSME can claim reimbursement from the ministry for such expenses. Further, government also provide market research services wherein financial assistance of up to rupees 2 lakh for conducting sector-specific market studies are given. Like if any particular industry, for example, food processing industry, Ministry of Food Processing Industry is saying that ladies are being suggested to manufacture edible food at their home and deliver it to the ministry via MSME. They can sell their products via MSME or via GEM portal, but they have to come up with new things. Like ladies are saying that we can make pickles, we can make papad from home. But when it comes to ready-made food, we have to conduct research. We have to learn few techniques through which we can put that product into a particular packing so that the shelf life of that product gets increased. So if any particular community is conducting any research on making that ready-made food in a packed form available in the market for a longer shelf life, then government do provide assistance, financial assistance in the form of grant up to rupees 2 lakh. And in few ministries, it is also up to rupees 5 lakh also. Then many people from MSME segment has been delegated as traders delegation. Ministry also fund participation in buyer seller meets and overseas business missions. So like if there are any meetings, any conference, any conclave conduct for MSME units in India or abroad, then MSME ministry also funds those participants having higher qualification in their particular product to attend those meetings and conferences also. So then next, I would say technology upgradation. If any MSME unit is coming up with new technologies, new ideas in their particular product, then in case of capital, fixed capital funding, government provides subsidy up to 20% of the total capital investment for adopting new technologies. Then for technology acquisition fund, special funding for purchasing patents and manufacturing rights for innovative technologies. Government says you innovate something. For that innovation, we'll provide you patent so that it can be saved for future. And after that patenting that technology, we also provide cash funding, cash assistance to buy any capital assets for applying that technology. Then it comes to green technology, where additional 5% subsidy is also being provided for implementing eco-friendly production methods. As we all know that global warming is the hottest topic of the globe, and we have to save our ozone layer. So continuously government is working to control this pollution segment. For this, government has encouraged MSME units to come up with eco-friendly methods in their factory, in their units. If any MSME unit is applying eco-friendly methods in their production process, then government is providing additional 5% subsidy. Subsidy might be given in the form of cash assistance only. And then government also provides digital transformation, which enhance subsidies for adopting cloud computing and automation solutions. So if MSME unit needs their product to be available on the digital platform, MSME ministry also help them in doing that digital transformation. Further, when it talks about capacity building, government is not only taking care of finances and their transportation, but it also takes care of capacity building among the team members working in the MSME unit. And for having great team, because team is the dream maker. It is all said, if your team is good, your dream will definitely be achieved. So for that purpose, government also works on capacity building, wherein skill development programs are being conducted. Here, government is providing 90% subsidy up to 90% for entrepreneurs and for developing these skills among their employees. Either those employees might be working in NAPS or otherwise, all those employees needs regular training, because in this competitive world, we need regular upgradation of our knowledge and skills. So government is suggesting MSME units to train their employees with upcoming technologies and everything. And for developing that skill, government is providing subsidy, cash assistance up to 90% of the total cost of that skill development program. Then various business incubation centers have been established, which are working as Shark Tanker. All of you have already seen Shark Tank, where private industry, private businessmen, entrepreneurs work as venture capitalists for these new startup programs. So MSME also encourages such kind of incubation centers who actually help financially to these startup programs and MSME segment. In government incubations, financial support can be given up to 15 lakhs. However, private incubators provide endless funding to these new ideas, new schemes, new people coming up with great ideas in the form of MSME and startups. Along with this, government is also helping, it has also come up with various cluster development programs. Under this cluster development program, what government is doing, government knows it very well that a small person will start from his home. Maybe he might be an individual, and that individual person working from home might not be able to have an access to the bigger project. So in that case, government has come up with this cluster development program, under which government is encouraging bigger MSME units to take help from smaller MSMEs and to lift them up. For example, government is suggesting one this micro unit, or let's say medium sized entrepreneur, that we are giving you a project of 500 CR, provided you should take 100 micro units under you. So our medium industry is being encouraged to take or to subcontract or to outsource a particular project to 100 other micro units. So a medium sized entrepreneur taking 100 micro entrepreneurs into a particular project will help those micro units who have started from zero. And once they'll gain experience under this project, in future, they will increase their capability, they will increase their skills, they will increase their access to bigger projects. And over the period, these micro units can also get converted into medium-sized entrepreneurs. And over the period time, it has also been found that they might cross this MSME segment only. And we have plethora of examples for this industry, like we have recently we have physics wala, a single teacher, solo teacher who has started from his room in his house, and now he has spreading his wings like anything throughout India. In all cities, in all segments, it is available. So for such kind of smaller units, this cluster development program has been initiated, and here financial assistance can be given up to 80% for the common facility centers and infrastructure in MSME clusters. So common facility centers refers to those medium-sized entrepreneurs through which micro entrepreneurs get connected to a particular project, and that project can be developed and get executed by the cluster as a whole. So under this technique, we are encouraging all segments of MSME. Then next we have export promotion, wherein specialized training programs have been given to MSME in different meetups, where different international quality standards and export requirements are being taught to these people. These MSME units might not be that much literate when it comes to international standards. So MSME ministry helps these units to attend multiple seminars, conclaves, where proper international standards and export requirements are being taught to them. Then nextly, we have infrastructure development, wherein for industrial estates, dedicated zones have been given with subsidized land rates and shared facilities. Then we have plug and plug facilities where ready infrastructure is available with reduced setup time and investment. Like we have Technology Park, TBI, Technology Business Incubator Park. We have STEP, that is Scientific and Technological Entrepreneurship Park. And likewise, we have multiple plug and play facilities, wherein the MSME unit has to come to this particular premises. They have to plug his system in the form of machinery or a laptop, and then from there itself they can start playing or providing their facilities. So in case of services, this is very much popular because their service sector people need only their personal skills. They don't need much in their hand in the form of capital investments. So they can buy a laptop and set up in a technology park, plug in their laptop therein, and they can start giving their facilities. And when you are covering into these kind of zones, you might also get tax exemptions thereof. Then the government is providing technology centers where MSME units can have access to advanced equipments and testing facilities. Then we have logistics support. Government is providing this support where improved connectivity and supply chain infrastructure are being given to them. Then nextly, we have participation that we have already told that whatever participation fees is given in the exhibition, you will get a subsidy up to 75%. Traveler exempt assistance can be given up to 1.25 lakhs for air travel and accommodation. Logistic supports will be given in the form of giving subsidy up to 75% of the freight charges. So if a person coming to Delhi for an exhibition from Assam, so whatever freight they have paid, they will get 75% of that amount as a subsidy from the ministry. And then again, ministry provides financial assistance for marketing material also. Then further, when it comes to exemption, there's not only exemption in income tax, they also provides exemption in stamp duty and registration fees. Your 100% stamp duty will get waived off, and you will be able to get savings by reducing your cost and reducing your selling price, resulting in higher demand of your product in the market. And as I already told that few states are also providing huge electricity concessions to these MSME units, like they give 30% tariff reduction or subsidized rate at the rate 2.5 per unit, 2.5 rupees per unit, or the government might also give 100% connection fee waiver. And in case of solar subsidy, these days solar electricity is highly in demand, and this is need of the hour. So if any MSME unit is installing solar plant in their unit, government provides subsidy up to 60% for such kind of solar plants also. Then government is also providing protection against delayed payments, like maximum the buyer must make payment within the time limit of 45 days. Otherwise, it has been noticed in the MSME return to the government. And whenever, if any buyer is paying beyond 45 days, then the interest shall get compounded at the rate 15%. And the MSME facilitation, there is a particular council in the name of MSME facilitation, which is established to settle disputes for MSME units. So there a condition has been imposed to resolve a case in 90 days. This 90 days restriction has been given for the quick resolution of disputes under MSME units, because MSME are initial in their stages. They have to focus more on their business rather than looking forward for litigations and all. Therefore, for that, a specific MSME facilitation council has been established for the quick redressal of their disputes, wherein the disputes shall be redressed within 90 days for the solution. And then when it comes to timely payments, there is a return on investment of almost 3 times. Then this we have already seen that National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme NAPS has been introduced by Government of India for promoting the youngsters, for promoting this, encouraging MSME unit to appoint youngsters, new generation, non-experienced people as their employees, wherein government will help to give the stipend to these people. So if a unit is hiring a new person in his unit, so he's liable to give training under this NAP scheme. He's liable to get that employee registered under this NAP scheme. And if it is done so, then government will pay 25 to 50% of their stipend on behalf of employer. And there are multiple other benefits also, like you can pay stipend below minimum wages, and parallelly, you need not to pay Provident Fund ESI for first year actually. Then for these apprentice also benefits are multiple. Like I think we are running short with the time, so I'll go with a quick, fast movement of these slides. So under the SNAP scheme, even MSME is getting benefit as his cost gets reduced, and parallelly this new generation, which is a major crowd of our total generation, will also get benefited by enhancing their skills, because you are being employed for a lower price. So employer won't let you go, and employer will try to give you maximum skills. They'll teach you what to do. There'll be financial support from MSME up to 50% of the stipend, and the young generation can actually earn while learn. Maybe the particular job may be the first job of that employee, that trainee. So while learning, they can earn parallelly. It will result in career advancement, and that person will get a recognition into a particular industry. It will build confidence into that youngster, that if for example, if Maruti Udyog Limited is a non-MSME unit and might not be hiring a particular person, but there is a smaller unit which manufactures seats for that Maruti car, and that unit is coming under MSME, and that unit is hiring a new 20-year-old boy who has never done any work, but that unit, MSME unit, has hired that person and trained that how that seat works, how that car works. So that person will gain confidence, and maybe over the period of time can get appointed in bigger companies also. So for employers, it is obviously a cost saving to hire employees under NAP scheme. And here also, MSME units can actually utilize CSR funding. As we all know that all the corporates are responsible to take out 2% of their profit every year for corporate social responsibility. And such funds can be given to MSME units who can utilize these funds, CSR funds, for stipend, for the payment of stipends to apprentices and related expenses. So this employer are gaining funds in the form of CSR funding. They are gaining funds from government, which is providing 50% of the cost. Here, the development of talent also gets developed because new people are coming with new ideas, new energies is coming in the room. Therefore, MSME unit is automatically growing itself by having new staff in their team, new energy in their team. And here, because new people are joining with grace and energy, and employer are being taking care of them, therefore the attrition rate will be very lower. If MSME unit is serving that employee in a beautiful manner, then that employee will not leave them. And in that ways, employer will be eligible or will be easily able to stop their attrition from the units, resulting in higher production scale. So we have multiple benefits of NAP scheme that we have already discussed. Then we have third party aggregators, that is TPA scheme also. They also works in the case of NAPs only. Like in case of third party, what we do, I'll tell you. Third party works as an intermediators between MSME unit and young generation. Like we can say that, for example, we are providing education to students. So we have direct connect with these young generation who are coming to us, studying, and then completing a particular degree or course. After that, they are looking forward for jobs. And we have multiple clients also who are working as MSME units. So we can work as TPA for them. The student who have been taught from us, we can put them, make them appoint as an apprentice into our client's company, which is an MSME unit. So here also we can work as a CMA. We can work in multiple areas. We can work as a TPA also by providing this facilitation services to the MSME units by making our students appointed there as an apprentice. So we bridge the gap between the MSME units and the youth looking for job. So this NAP has a great impact. It is a very, very popular scheme these days in the industry. So now comes the role of a CA, which I would like all of you to work for. I have a humble request to all your dignified dignitaries on the floor on the webinar that we should be helping this MSME segment through in and out, because this has a huge impact in our GDP. This has a huge impact on our exportation, huge, huge, huge impact on employment opportunities. So we should do hand holding and consultancy of these units. Obviously, as a professional, our focus is on making money also. But along with money, it's our duty to contribute to the society also. So the more we contribute, the more we get, because it's a law of karma or law of attraction. or Newton's law, whatever you say, that what goes around comes around. So if start giving support and help to everyone all around, we will definitely get it back in one or the other form. So as a CMA, first of all, we can give consultancy services to these MSME units about MSME schemes. Right now, I have seen that majority funds of MSME ministry is getting returned because people are not aware of multiple schemes. And we as a professional, it's our duty to learn about these schemes and let it create the awareness of these schemes in the market through our clients. And if they are are becoming eligible for their schemes, we should do hand holding to them. We should tell them, we should guide them what all could be the checklist of the documents, what all could be the eligibilities to apply for a particular scheme, and give hand holding to them and support them in gaining the government tenders. So like if I say I have a client of mine who is manufacturing beauty products and I am aware of a particular MSME scheme, so it's my duty that I should guide my client about that scheme and also giving tender, also helping her to get a tender from government projects. That means as an MSME units, it's not the benefit we should get from government in the form of subsidy loan, but also whatever government is doing, we should get involved in their activities by obtaining multiple projects running by government or PSUs. And for that reason, we should have the access to the tenders issued by those government entities. So as a consultant, as a cost and management accountant, we should help. First of all, we need to guide them. If they get agreed to these schemes, we should do hand holding to them. Hand holding should be done in the form of getting our client registered with MSME, to the schemes, to making the client aware about all the multiple schemes issued by MSME or other ministries. And then third stage pay, we need to help them to get government tenders related to their particular business. And at the fourth, while gaining that tender, we have to create financial strategies for our clients. In this way, we can actually make a great impact in the industry, because as we all know that more than 62% of the employed population is working in MSME unit. And if as a CMA, I support that MSME unit from the beginning till the end, then that 62% population, employed population, must be aware of us and they can give us the respect and a proper recognition in the industry. And for that, I think, ma'am, can I get 5-10 minutes more to tell about how to get the tenders from the government?
Madam, it is already 10 to 12 minutes over. So
Okay.
it would be better if you can wind
Okay.
up.
Okay. Can you give me 5 minutes only so that I can make a quick go through it?
Okay. Take,
Sure.
take, take.
Sure. So, like as I told that we knew how to get registered on MSME portal. We knew about multiple scheme. Now the time is to get our client a government project also, and for that we have to obtain the tenders from the government. So there we have few steps while obtaining these tenders. Maybe, ma'am, if allowed me in future webinar, I will come up with another webinar where I could guide you how to gain government tenders and how to help MSME units to obtain and win that bid and to go from micro level to medium and then onwards highly. Okay, so for that reasons, we need to understand the business of MSME and we need to apply for relevant tenders. We need to create a compliance blueprint for them, that whatever tenders we are going for, we need to know what all documents and certifications and approvals are required for that. We need to create a blueprint for that. We have to create a financial system, because obviously in MSME unit, there is a financial crunch. And if we are making an MSME unit work for government project, so the payment from government comes little later. So we have to create a working capital cycle for our MSME client, so that if government is making payment after 6 months or 9 months, the client must not be suffer while doing operations. And we need to do the alignment between the 10 vendors and the teams. Along with that, we need to do growth and branding of the client itself through different channels, including GEM portal and all. And now, on the briefer side, I would like to tell you that if you want, you can take a screenshot that you can find out tenders very easily. There are government portals like CPP, GEM, and state e-procurement portals, where all the government tenders are available. However, there you need to put a keyword while searching out a particular project for your client. For example, if my client is a woman, she's working for, let's say, food processing industry. She's working for some edible food. So I will look more into Ministry of Food Processing Industries. And then there I have to put keywords. So for keywords planning, I'll take another session, but you need to take 3 words in the usage while putting it on the Google search. Like first you have to put the industry name, the type and the technical specification along with your geographical location. However, you have another shortcut also to get these tenders. We have multiple aggregators in the market like Tender Info, Tender Tiger, Bid Assist, Tender 24/7, and so on. There are others also. They work as a funnel for us. We just have to get membership into these portals as a professional accountant. We are a professional CMA. We can get membership in any of these portals. Like I have it on Tender Tiger. So there you can get the different details of multiple tenders issued by multiple industries, multiple ministries, and according to your client's requirement, you can opt out the particular tender, and then you can go and apply for the same with the documents issued by the client itself. So in this way, you can actually help them. Further, you can help them in creating the compliance blueprint. You need to know before putting the application for the tender, you need to know what all requirements are there. First of all, you should understand the tender, and then you should know what all papers, approvals required for to start the project, how billing will be taken consideration of, if vendor is, if the party is requiring GST bills. So our MSME client should be registered under GST. We should be knowing that, and you should be knowing how to close the project. So into these 4 stages, you should put a blueprint. You should create a blueprint for all your clients for applying this tender for the government projects. So I think I would close here itself for today. And related to these topics, if ma'am allows me, sir allows me, I'll come up with further webinars also where I can help you out through my personal experiences that how we can actually help these MSME units. So thank you so much for today. Thank you so much,
Yes,
Sumitra ma'am.
madam. This was a very nice presentation, and I think so far I have given the reply from the members. They have liked your presentation very much. Very nice presentation, especially role of CMA. They have mentioned already. So speaking to my chairman, sir, I'll also request him to allot one more session for you, maybe in the next month. Okay,
Thank
madam.
you, thank
Very
you,
nice
sir.
presentation, and people are asking for your PPTs to share. If you can please share the PPTs, I can send to the members, those who are interested, please.
Sure, ma'am. I would love to share it. Thank you so, so much for this opportunity. Thank you so much, all the members, for encouraging me and showing trust on me. I'll definitely be sharing all these PPTs with Dr. Sumitra ma'am right now itself. And looking forward to meet you
madam.
very soon.
This
Thank you
was a
so much,
very
ma'am.
nice presentation. Very nice presentation.
Thank you
I
so much.
think people, those who have attended, they have enjoyed it a lot, and they will be benefited by the information has been shared by you. So
Thank you so
I am
much,
also
ma'am.
looking forward for one more presentation from your end, where our learned members will get more benefit. Okay, madam.
Sure,
Thank
ma'am.
you
Sure.
so much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
so
ma'am.
much
Thank you
for
so much.
this today's session, because we are already running over time. So that is
I
why.
can understand. Thank you
Very
so much.
nice, ma'am. Very
Thank
nice.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks a
much,
lot.
ma'am. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much to all dignitaries. Thank you so much.
Cancel করি
হ্যাঁ ম্যাডাম এরপর